what has been the rule so far of the various state governments. They can't continue to have security votes, sit down, come to Abuja every month and go back home and obey Simon Ekpa. And then they themselves don't go to work. They tell their families not to go to work. And they move around, like you said, burning police stations from one police station to the other. This must stop. Nigeria is not a banana republic. It's not something we can gloss over. We must bring it to an end.
Solution. Serious solution, not group of hoodlums. These are group of cabals, or may I call it group that are obedient to Simon Ekpa. They have their head in every state in the southeast, and are functioning. They live in the bushes there. So I want to submit here, please, the matter should be taken more serious than is being presented in this House chamber. It has defied the solution of the state governors. Let the federal government intervene. I so submit.
You may not know the day that Simon Ekpa has given instruction that nobody should go out. That's why we are spending time to discuss this issue. It's a very serious issue. But the primary purpose of government is to protect the lives and also cater for the welfare of citizens. In the southeast, if this situation is allowed to linger, the welfare of the citizens are already being affected, and their lives are not safe. One of my senators from my community in Akwa Ibom sent his chief of staff to go to Anambra State. He did not know that that was a sit-at-home day. The chief of staff was killed, and about 4 people in his convoy were murdered. So it is not something that is affecting only the southeast. It's affecting the whole Nigeria. Because people go for marriages, they go for functions, and even transporters and commuters who pass through the southeast are also in danger, because you may not know the day that Simon Ekpa has given instruction that nobody should go out. That's why we are spending time to discuss this issue. It's a very serious issue. The economy of the southeast used to benefit the economy of the south-south, and vice versa, and the entire Nigeria. People used to travel all the way from Lagos to buy things in Onitsha and to also buy things in Aba, but those things are being disrupted. So it's almost becoming a national menace. That's why the Senate is wasting time to discuss it. We want to find solutions. As the Senate President, the first question I asked, which I asked the Civil Senator Ojus Okalo, what has been the rule so far of the various state governments? They can't continue to have security votes, sit down, come to Abuja every month and go back home and obey Simon Ekpa. And then they themselves don't go to work. They tell their families not to go to work. And they move around, like you said, burning police stations from one police station to the other. This must stop. Nigeria is not a banana republic. I want us to provide solutions in this motion, practical solutions. And then our committee on legislative compliance will also go ahead after we have communicated our resolutions here to find out the compliance, to find out what the security agencies are doing. The communities must be brought in. The local governments must come in. The state governments must also come in. And you must host stakeholder summit on security in the entirety of the southeast region and invite even those of us who are also affected to be there. It's not something we can gloss over. We must bring it to an end.
Solution. Serious solution, not group of hoodlums. These are group of cabals, or may I call it group that are obedient to Simon Ekpa. They have their head in every state in the southeast, and they are functioning. They live in the bushes there. So I want to submit here, please, the matter should be taken more serious than is being presented in this House chamber. It has defied the solution of the state governors. Let the federal government intervene. I so submit.
My own brother from Ebonyi State. Ken, we read these things on a daily basis. But the primary purpose of government is to protect the lives and also cater for the welfare of citizens. In the southeast, if this situation is allowed to linger, the welfare of the citizens are already being affected and their lives are not safe. One of my senators from my community in Akwa Ibom sent his chief of staff to go to Anambra State. He did not know that that was a sit-at-home day. The chief of staff was killed and about 4 people in his convoy murdered. So it is not something that is affecting only the southeast. It's affecting the whole Nigeria. Because people go for marriages, they go for functions, and even transporters and commuters who pass through the southeast are also in danger, because you may not know the day that Simon Ekpa has given instruction that nobody should go out. That's why we are spending time to discuss this issue. It's a very serious issue. The economy of the southeast used to benefit the economy of the south-south, and vice versa, and the entire Nigeria. People used to travel all the way from Lagos.
Good morning to you, Mr. Ralph. Good morning. Good morning. The Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, has said Simon Ekpa is a menace and his SSs, and the government and the Senate need to check his SSs. Says it's becoming too unbearable for the Nigerian government to curtail. Do you think that he has used too much power all to himself, and the government must act now to cut those power?
Mr. David, you are talking about government cutting the power, will strength of Biafran Prime Minister in exile, who has inaugurated Biafran judiciary officers last week. He launched them, and they were all cute. They were men of able-bodied men of legal experiences, and the whole world celebrated them in Europe and America. They're all over the world. I mean, Biafran Judiciary Department, it has started work. So when Akpabio is saying that Simon Ekpa is constituting nuisance across Nigeria, that is a menace that should be checked or put on check, I laugh and I shrug it off, because I know that the danger, the menace Nigerian people have across this part of the world are the political classes, the political juggernauts, the political jingoists in the southeast, in the southwest, in the south, north, north, mid-belt. They are the ones that are constituting menace in Nigeria. They are danger to Nigerian people. No civilian in Nigeria is a threat to Nigerian government. Nigerian government is an entity that is a big threat, menace, dangerous one to Nigerian people. Akpabio himself has come out to tell the world that Simon Ekpa is constituting nuisance, causing trouble. Akpabio is the trouble we have today. He should come out and show himself as a Senate President. A Senate President is the head of the lawmakers in Nigeria. It should legislate the right law to the people. It shouldn't be there to make his own selfish gains, which of course he's doing there. When he was a governor in Akwa Ibom, what did he do? Only that stadium, international stadium. The rest of activities, the rest of allocation coming to that oil state, the highest oil well states is Akwa Ibom. Today is only that stadium should be celebrated. The rest of the money, how many billions of naira case hanging on his neck. That case is gone, sealed and signed. Nobody is talking about that billion since I phoned from Akwa Ibom State Scoffer. So if Abadio is saying that Ekpa is the problem, Ekpa is not problem of Nigeria. The problem of Nigeria is number one, Mr. President, followed by the vice. The problem of Nigeria is number one, the head of the Senate, the lawmakers, Abadio, followed by his deputy. In the lower house, Benjamin Kanu is the deputy speaker of them. He's constituting a serious nuisance in Nigeria because he's not doing the right thing, and Nigeria still remain like this. Abadio should call all the political jingoists in Nigeria to order as a lawmaker. They should hold serious indoor meeting and find a solution to alleviate Nigeria suffering. Nigerians are suffering. They should bring it low. Look at yesterday. I was going passing through what do you call it? Toll gates to Ojota. Then I diverted to Iyanoworo. To Shoki. Do you know what happened? Nigerians are trekking from Iyanoworo to Jodu. If you look at along Iyanoworo, I saw many people trekking, bending themselves with their leggings. That is, with their legs. People have made their legs, their leggings bends. And if you look at their faces, frustration written all over. So Nigerians, negotiants, everybody are going through hell in Nigeria today. And Abadio has come to tell the whole world that Simon Ekpa is the problem. Simon Ekpa is the one that read the budget, padded the budget, and still, let me use the word, he stole the rest of the budget, pardon. The money they share in this year budget has what? Grown out of proportion. Do you know why? We learned that these people shared 500 billion according to the level of your position in the house, both upper and lower one. Have you people forgetting in a haste? And the same person is coming out to tell you that Simon Ekpa is the one in charge of Nigerian problem. Who does he think we are, we Nigerians? Abadio is forgetting in a haste the current budget funding that Ningi. Have you forgotten? Thank you. Ningi revealed it to the whole world that Abadio got the most lion share because he's the Senate president. They received money according to their positions, rank and file. They are doing ranking and filing on stolen Nigerian money. If they stole 100 billion, the chairman will be given 400 billion. The rest in the house will share the remaining 600 billion. Okay, what are we saying? Simon Ekpa doesn't know anything. That's why God will punish anybody that is saying that Simon Ekpa is a Nigerian problem. Simon Ekpa does not constitute any problem here. The people that constitute problem in Nigeria are people that are siphoning our public fund, taxpayers' fund, into their private accounts, offshore accounts in Europe.
Offshore account.
Yes, their offshore accounts is receiving incessant, that is ceaseless notification every now and then. Billions are being transferred, being laundered in this world, in this part of the world, into Europe and America.
These people see anybody who is coming out to speak about secession as a threat for them. They don't want their enterprise to
stop.
Yes.
Thank you so much. You are bringing a good question to me. How could you stop from where honey, sugar is, are entering into your mouth? You can never deny your lips, your tongues, of honey, sugar, and all manner of delicious food entrance, because it is the tongue that will test the taste of the good food. That's why Nigerian leaders, they don't want to hear Biafra, Arewa, Oduduwa. They want to remain like that so that they will be siphoning money until they go to their graves. They don't want to stop their enterprising, at least lucrative enterprise, which is looting, stealing our public fund in Nigeria, stealing from our crude oil, stealing from our uranium, our gold, and so on and so forth. That's why if you talk about secession division, they will pass off you and get you arrested.
And sir, do you think that's why Kanu has been incarcerated?
Kanu has been incarcerated because Abadio doesn't want to lose where he's getting his money. Tinubu doesn't want to lose this part of the world. Also Fulani, especially Fulani, they want to remain in Nigeria, be catching out, stealing our crude oil. That's why nnamdikanu is sitting down there. The people that are making money from Nigerian government are the one holding Fulani nnamdikanu ransom in DSS facilities. Number one is purpose of the man. Everything that is coming to southeastern Nigeria, especially Imo State, hope first. He will test it. Charles Soludo has joined them. Anything that is coming into Anambra State now, both federal and state, Charles Soludo, first person, he will test it. The same thing in Enugu State, Ebonyi State. It is only Abia State is a southeastern region that is telling us the truth. The man is working at Lesotho. Then when we talk about other states, all the politicians in southwest, they are catching out, growing fat. Same in the Midbelt. Look at Yaya Bello, a man that siphoned billions. Nobody is talking about Yaya Bello again. He has gone at the back door, settled all of them. Today Yaya Bello is a sacred cow. By no mention of Yaya Bello, DSS will get you arrested. Look at the FCC man, chairman. He said, if I will not take Yaya Bello to court, I will resign. Olufemi, what's that his name? Olukayode, go and resign. You are a pastor in the team, and you are telling us why. Go and resign because Yaya Bello is everywhere. Yaya Bello is enjoying himself. In fact, I saw him recently in social media. Yaya Bello is growing fat. Chatty, pastor, see you.
But they cannot control these issues in Nigeria. Their problem has been Simon Ekpa, the Igbo man, and nnamdikanu.
Because they know that Igbo man stand the chances of breaking away anytime, and anytime we go, that coastal line of Biafra with that is oil rich, that crude oil rich coastal line of Biafra belongs to Biafra. There's no two ways about it. That's why they are against Igbo man, they are against nnamdikanu, they are against Simon Ekpa, they are against Biafra. They are the one working against themselves. Come quote me. If they don't correct the anomalies, if they don't regionalize Nigerian government, let everybody, each region control their resources. We are not going anywhere. Fulani should go to desert. Fulani should go and control desert. That is what God has given anybody that is taking blood, putting people to blood, sword, unnecessarily. Fulani should go and inhabit, dwell in the whole desert. That is the land that God has given them.
I think at this point, you have to say that. Thank you for always coming to speak, sir.
What a wonderful question, the anchor of this great platform. First and foremost, I want to say, Simon Ekpa has come out to say, or has outlined countless times that he said that the Nigerian government cannot win Biafra with a barrel of gold for the second time. Now when he said that, see, Nigerian government cannot win Biafra with a barrel of gold, it means that nobody needs to die for them to exit Nigeria. Now, Ojukwu fought Biafra in a different dimension. Now, nnamdikanu did it via his own dimension. So Ekpa is taking it globally. And now, we've seen world body recognize Biafra. We've seen the UN and then some other global body have come out to endorse the Biafra struggle. So kudos to him, it is a plus. Some persons have come out to say that Simon Ekpa should be discredited, the likes of Ohanes Edigbo and that of the southeastern governors. But my question is that you said Simon Ekpa should not be taken serious. Then who should be taken serious? The government who is not willing to protect our people? Is it the people who have refused to speak up when the Igbo man has been marginalized in the country? Is it the same governors who have become a tools in the hands of their Fulani master? So for you to even have a character like Simon Ekpa and nnamdikanu to have come out to say enough is enough, that we are tired of this contraption called one Nigerians.
it shows that these people have this mindset that see they can no longer be the slave. So for him to have even gone as far as to hire lobbyists that will speak on behalf of Biafra in the world in the UN summit, to me it's a plus, and that alone the voice of Biafrans will be heard globally, and the voice of an Igbo man is also being heard globally. Now let me take it back the line. When Southern Sudan and South Sudan wanted parted ways, nobody killed each other, nobody go through the route of violence. It was done amicably. So Simon Ekpa is doing it amicably for him to convince world leaders that this thing is possible, and why the government of the day, the present government of Nigeria, are not seeing it that way. Thank you. You can also
should the government, the Nigerian government be worried about it?
Why would they be worried? The same people have sent assassins to kill Simon Ekpa. Now only he has escaped. So see, one thing about it is that the government of the day, they are panicking. There's panic. You know what it is now? So a particular tribe, a major tribe, to exit your country. You know how an Igbo man is. You know the investment of an Igbo man is in the country. Now imagine in Nigeria without an Igbo man. Let's just imagine that. I mean, dominance. That means the Hausa man would now dominate virtually every government percentage in Nigeria. So now the reason why the Igbo man is still believe that's Nigeria is because the Igbo man is still in the contraption called Nigeria. But eventually, if the Igbo man leaves, my brother, the Igbo man will know the true meaning of Nigeria, and then we now know who owns Nigeria. Just like what Angwabula said. He said they are not scared of the Igbos parting, exiting Nigerians. That was what he said. He said they are not scared. Indirectly, that means the other tribe would not have sense of belonging in the country. And we know it. We know it. I know it too. And every normal man now has the spirit of dominance. You cannot dominate him. If Fulani man has the spirit of dominance, for you to dominate him, it will take ages. In terms of population, you cannot dominate them. So one thing is that Ojukwu have foreseen this whole thing. That was why he championed this Biafra struggle. And now, gradually, it is now becoming a reality in this contraction called Nigeria. Now, there are some Igbo men are even tired of the system called Nigeria. Just because they feel their brother is still in president. Now, my brother, I can bet you, come 2027, the Yorubas will be championing the Republic more than the Igbo man. I can bet you that. That I am very certain of. Yes, we will championing because it is certain when their president, when their brother is being kicked away from the presidency, already there is a plot, and which he himself cannot escape. The president himself knows that there is a plot, and then the big shots in the north are forming alliance. You know it. RFI, a powerful influence in the north, is not in the league. Sorry, is not in good terms with the president. And now nobody can take that factor. What RFI did. Honestly, I made President Tinubu emerge as the president via his own influence. And then we have also the likes of Ango Ambulai, which is the chairman of the Northern Order Forum. he said post election that the others would have supported Tinubu, but come 2027 Tinubu will not get their support. So what does that mean? Now what? So now if the average left person is not would not given the vote, now where will they get the vote? It just come by 2027. The same thing the universe have tagged the votes for. Now they will be the master mind of it, because I can bet you by 2027 Yoruba will stop, and that's the slogan that will continue to trend, is that we are tired of the country, we want to follow the suit of the government and exit the country, and then the government now will not take them tag them for being unserious, because now that the government is championing for the exit, we are saying the government is not serious. There are claims that the government is not serious, but I can bet you when the system will not catch up with you, then you will know why the government has been championing to exit. Thank you for always coming.